Hello and welcome to Clarity for UPSC. I'm Dr. Shivan. The UPSC Prelims 2025 forms are out, and I'm sure that there are a lot of doubts and questions in your head. However, this video will solve all of those doubts. UPSC का form आया है, we have to fill it as soon as possible so that we can get the center of our choice. But इस बार there are some new things in the form, especially with regards to service references, achievements, socio-economic questionnaire and cadre preferences. This video will mainly be dealing with this. जो हमारे डाउट्स हैं फॉर्म को लेके, देखो फर्स्ट सेट ऑफ डाउट्स हैं रिगार्डिंग फोटो एंड सिग्नेचर एंड कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट और सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ इनकम एक्सेट्रा. दिस वीडियो इज नॉट अबाउट दैट. इन दोनों चीजों के बारे में ये वीडियो नहीं है. इसके बारे में आई एम श्योर ऑन यूट्यूब यू कैन फाइंड वेरियस अदर sources where you will find this information, and also you can directly read in the notification. The instructions are fairly clear. इसके बारे में ये वीडियो नहीं है. ये वीडियो किस चीज के बारे में है? ये वीडियो इन चार चीजों के बारे में है जिनके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन ढंग से नहीं मिलती. हाउ डू वी फिल द सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस? व्हाट डू वी फिल इन द हॉबीज एंड अचीवमेंट सेक्शन? हाउ इज सोशो इकोनॉमिक क्वेश्चनर सपोज्ड टू बी फिल्ड? डू वी हैव टू फिल कार्डर प्रेफरेंसेस नाउ? एंड इफ वी हैव टू फिल कार्डर प्रेफरेंसेस, हाउ डू वी हैव टू फिल देम? ये वीडियो इस बारे में है. तो सबसे पहले समझते हैं कि क्या हैं ये चीजें, एंड प्लीज लिसन टू दिस केयरफुली बिफोर यू फिल द फॉर्म. This will be a long video, about I think 1.5 to 2 hours, but this time could have an impact on the rest of your life. इसलिए प्लीज इसको ध्यान से सुनना. अब जो हमारा प्रीलिम्स का फॉर्म है that has 4 parts. The first is the one time registration application, then there is the application form, then there is this third part called the DAF. इस DAF में there are questions with regards to what services we want, what hobbies we want to put, and cadre preference के बारे में भी इसमें बात की गई है, and there is a socio economic questionnaire. तो इस चीज को लेके जितने भी डाउट्स हैं that I will be addressing in this video. Going forward, service preferences का पेज आपको कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा, where all the services that are being offered this time will be written and you will have to give an order of preference. है ना? There is also a page in this that talks about achievements, prizes, medals and others. This is called famously section 7. Now it is called section 14, क्योंकि जब आप अपना DAF लेके जाते हो, when you take your DAF to the interview board, जो आप इंटरव्यू बोर्ड के पास अपना DAF लेके जाते हो, उसमें this is the most important section. आपका पूरा इंटरव्यू, it is possible that आपका पूरा इंटरव्यू इस सेक्शन पे हो जाए. Most important thing in the interview is what we write here, है ना? सर्विस प्रेफरेंस भी हमारे लिए बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज बेस्ड ऑन आवर रैंक, जो भी हमारी रैंक आएगी उसी बेसिस पे हमें अपनी सर्विस प्रेफरेंस देख के सर्विसेज एलोकेट होंगी. सो दीज टू आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स दैट वी हैव टू फिल. अब देयर इज दिस थर्ड थिंग कॉल्ड सोशो इकोनॉमिक क्वेश्चनर. सोशो इकोनॉमिक क्वेश्चनर आपको कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा जिसमें आपसे आपकी प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ, स्कूल एजुकेशन कैसी रही, have you been selected before, have you attended any coaching, what is your employment status, your educational particulars etc. ये पूछा जाता है. इसमें बहुत डाउट रहता है कि कोचिंग करी है तो बोले, नहीं करी है या नहीं करी. यूपीएससी विल ऑल्सो आस्क फॉर सर्टन सजेशंस एट द एंड ऑफ दिस फॉर्म. सबसे पहले देखो इस फॉर्म के टॉप पे क्या लिखा है. दिस क्वेश्चनर इज फॉर कलेक्टिंग रूटीन इंफॉर्मेशन नॉट रिलेटेड टू द सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस इन एनी वे. इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइडेड बाय यू विल बी ट्रीटेड एज कॉन्फिडेंशियल and is to be used for research purpose only. तो पहले तो जो ये सोशो इकोनॉमिक क्वेश्चनर है, इसके बारे में जो भी डाउट्स हैं इसको हटा देते हैं, बिकॉज दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज केप्ट कॉन्फिडेंशियल. दिस इज फॉर यूपीएससी's ओन रिसर्च. एज फार एज आई नो द इंटरव्यू बोर्ड डज नॉट गेट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, एंड यहां पर भी यही लिखा है कि इस इंफॉर्मेशन का आपकी सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. तो आप यहां पर लिखो आपने कोचिंग अटेंड करी है या नहीं लिखो, आप कोई भी सजेशन लिखो, it will not impact your selection whatsoever. It is only for research purpose. तो इस सेक्शन की तो पहले हम टेंशन नहीं लेते. अब आते हैं जिन चीजों की हमें टेंशन लेनी है. कार्डर प्रेफरेंस. कार्डर प्रेफरेंसेस हमें अभी नहीं भरनी. कार्डर प्रेफरेंसेस वी विल हैव टू फिल आफ्टर द प्रीलिम्स रिजल्ट. तो अभी हम प्रीलिम्स का फॉर्म भर रहे हैं, फिर प्रीलिम्स का पेपर होगा ऑन 26 में. After this prelims paper on 26th May, there will be maybe the result will come out in 15 days, let's say. मान लेते हैं हम 10th जून के आसपास रिजल्ट आया. Then there will be 10 days. In 10 days में हमें अपनी कार्डर प्रेफरेंसेस भरनी है, अभी नहीं भरनी है. So let's ignore this also. Cadre preference is also not something which is relevant. अब दो चीजें बच गई, वन इज सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस, ये रेलेवेंट बचा है, सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस कैसे भरनी है। द अदर थिंग इज ये सेक्शन 7 जो हॉबीज वाला सेक्शन है इसको कैसे भरनी है। ये दोनों चीजें रहती हैं। इसको भरने से पहले भी एक दो इंफॉर्मेशन देख लेते हैं। दिस इज रिटन इन द नोटिफिकेशन एंड आई विल जस्ट शो यू दैट यू विल हैव एन ऑप्शन टू अपडेट व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स, योर कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस एंड परमानेंट एड्रेस, योर एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस। क्यों ऐसा ये क्यों लिखा गया है कि लेट्स से यू आर डूइंग मास्टर्स नाउ, by the time interview happens your masters gets complete, so you will have an option to update this also. You will have an option to update your service preferences. आप अभी कुछ भी सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस भर दो, you will have an option to update this. कब होगा ये ऑप्शन, ये भी मैं आपको भी दिखाऊंगा। जो आप सेक्शन 7 में लिखोगे अचीवमेंट्स, प्राइजेस, मेडल्स एंड स्कॉलरशिप्स एक्सेट्रा, जो हॉबीज जिसे हम कहते हैं, दिस ऑल्सो यू कैन अपडेट बाद में, तो इसको भी अपडेट करने का हमें ऑप्शन मिलेगा। एंड लास्टली कार्डर प्रेफरेंस, कार्डर प्रेफरेंस भी हमें अपडेट करने का ऑप्शन मिलेगा। पहले हम भरेंगे आफ्टर द प्रीलिम्स रिजल्ट, तो अभी तो भरना भी नहीं है, एंड वील स्टिल हैव एन ऑप्शन लेटर टू अपडेट। व्हेन विल वी गेट दिस ऑप्शन टू अपडेट? तो अगर आप नोटिफिकेशन देखो, रीड व्हाट इज रिटन हियर, इन दिस पीरियड all candidates qualified for personality test, so people who cleared the mains and then are going to give the personality test at this stage after clearing the mains shall also be provided an option to update correspondence address, higher educational qualification, achievements, employment details and service experience. If you have been allocated any services before today in previous civil services examination, service and cadre preferences for the current examination. तो आप जो भी आज भरोगे, when you go and give the interview, you will have the option of updating this also. तो ऑप्शन ये यूपीएससी ने खुद बोला है रहेगा। So even if we make some mistake, ऐसा नहीं है कि इसका मतलब हम अभी ढंग से नहीं भरेंगे, हम अभी बिल्कुल ढंग से भरेंगे, but in case we make some mistake, we will have an option to update it too. अब अल्टीमेटली हमारे पास, मैंने वीडियो जहां शुरू की थी एक बार वहां पर जाते हैं। अल्टीमेटली वी हैड 4 थिंग्स। सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस हमें अभी भरनी है बट वी कैन अपडेट, हॉबीज हमें अभी भरनी है बट वी कैन अपडेट, सोशो इकोनॉमिक क्वेश्चनियर हैज नो इंपैक्ट ऑन सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस व्हाटसोएवर, ये यूपीएससी ने खुद लिखा हुआ है। कार्डर प्रेफरेंसेस डू नॉट हैव टू बी फिल्ड राइट नाउ। तो अब दो चीजें बच गई, सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस और हॉबीज। अब मेरी आपको क्या रिकमेंडेशन है? मेरी आपको यह रिकमेंडेशन है कि दीज थिंग्स यू शुड फिल प्रॉपरली। एटलीस्ट आप अभी प्रॉपरली भरो। ऑफ कोर्स योर ओपिनियंस विल चेंज, मे बी सम ओपिनियंस अबाउट द सर्विसेज माइट चेंज, you might develop a new hobby, new interest in this time, so you might want to update later. But if just because there is an option to update does not mean that right now we should not fill it properly. तो हमें अभी ढंग से भरना चाहिए। तो अब हम क्या करेंगे? We will now look at how to fill service preferences first. पहले हम ये देखेंगे, फिर हम ये देखेंगे how to fill hobbies. अब recently civil services exam के interviews हुए। In that session, when you know all the students of Sarthi IAS who made it to the interview, I took a session with all of them to tell them how to fill this, and this happened in December, so it's just been 1 month when I have given all of this information out. इसी वीडियो में from this point now you will see that video now starting. आपको पहले सर्विस प्रेफरेंस की वीडियो मिलेगी, मैं ही बोल रहा हूँ, and it's just 1 month ago की वीडियो है, nothing has changed about the services. But before you see that, यहीं से आपको वो कंटिन्यू, इसी वीडियो में आपको कंटिन्यूड दिखेगी। लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग, सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस में देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ मिसकंसेप्शंस इन द मार्केट, बिकॉज इसके बारे में हमें इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं होती। अगर मैं आपसे अभी पूछूं कि इंडियन कॉर्पोरेट लॉ सर्विस का काम क्या है, तो यू माइट नॉट नो। टॉप सर्विसेज के बारे में, या जो हमें लगता है टॉप सर्विसेज हैं रादर, उनके बारे में फिर भी हमें थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया होता है, बट वी डोंट नो इन डिटेल अबाउट एवरी सर्विस। ये जो वीडियो आप देखने वाले हो, विच इज फ्रॉम 1 month ago, this contains complete details about all services. It contains various experiences that I have gained when I was in Labasna and things that I have known from my batchmates, my seniors like Mudit sir, etc. It also tells you about a preference order. अब ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं आपको ये नहीं बताऊंगा कि आप इस ऑर्डर में प्रेफरेंसेस भर दो। I will tell you the broad groups. What I have done is I have classified all the services available into 4 groups, और हर ग्रुप में फिर मैंने हर सर्विस की प्रोफाइल एनालाइज करी है एंड आई हैव सेड अबाउट व्हाट दे डू, क्या काम है, पोस्टिंग्स कैसी होती हैं, प्रमोशंस कैसे होते हैं, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, अबाउट ऑल सर्विसेज। जैसे कुछ सर्विसेज हैं जैसे इंडियन ऑडिट अकाउंट सर्विस, इट इज अ वेरी गुड सर्विस बट पीपल डोंट नो अबाउट इट। तो जितना मुझे उसके बारे में पता है, ऑल ऑफ दोज सर्विसेज आई हैव लेड आउट हियर। सिमिलरली इसके बाद व्हेन यू सी द सर्विस प्रेफरेंसेस वीडियो राइट आफ्टर दिस, जो इसी वीडियो में अभी आपको आगे मर्ज दिखेगी, उसके बाद एक हॉबीज की भी वीडियो है। इसमें मैंने आपको दिखाया है हाउ आई हैव फिल्ड द हॉबीज। व्हेन आई फिल्ड द हॉबीज, मोस्ट ऑफ माय इंटरव्यू, almost all of my interview happened on my hobbies section. Secondly, the interview score I got was 195, which was a very good score, right? तो hobbies कैसे भरी जाती हैं, how I filled them, और उनका actual purpose क्या है इस section का। This section actually should not be called hobbies, this section should be called extracurricular activities and interests. तो अभी मैं आपको ये strongly recommend करूंगा, although we have an option to update, you are on the safe side, आपको option बाद में मिलेगा and you will have the option to update. Still watch this video till the end, understand everything, there is not even one thing that is missing here. कोई भी ऐसी सर्विस नहीं है जिसके बारे में मैंने बात ना करी हो, जिनकी प्रोफाइल के बारे में ना बताया हो, अपना पूरा सेक्शन 7 डिस्कस करके कैसे इसको फिल किया जाता है और इंटरव्यू बोर्ड यहाँ पर एक्सपेक्ट क्या करता है, ये सारी बातें मैंने इस वीडियो में की हैं। प्लीज वॉच दिस एंड आई होप इट हेल्प। How many services are there in this year's DAF? 21. So in my DAF there were 20. There must be one difference. Anyone, if you can give me a copy of the DAF, I'll see it and we'll understand it from there. Okay? But broadly now, when we look at service preferences, let us group the services as to how we are going to fill them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a priority list of groups. For example, this is group 1. There are 3 services in group 1. In that group, you can make the decision of what you want to fill by yourself. Right? For example, I say IAS, IPS and IFS is group 1. Group 1 is 3. It has three entries. So you can fill any of these 3 as the first, second and third. That is up to you. I will explain to you a little bit about the service, and why I am doing this is anyone can do this research online and I would recommend you that you do it. But I do have first hand information from batchmates that I'll tell you, right, which you generally don't find on the internet, and my own experience from the IRS also I'll tell you. So at least that will give you some idea of what to do further. Okay. Now let us first talk of group 1 that I believe you should fill at the top. Again, I am not accounting for personal interest here. By choice you might want to fill information service as first. That is then personal choice, which I cannot account for. What we can account for is general patterns, right? That's what we'll be doing. So group 1, in my opinion, is this group. Now let's talk of these 3 first. IAS I don't have to talk about. I think all of you know what this entails. IPS and IFS I will talk about. Okay. First, let me talk about the foreign service, which was my first preference. If I was giving the interview again, I would not fill foreign service as my first preference. If I was giving it again this year, I would not fill it. I'll tell you my reasons and then you can see if that applies to you. This is also one of the reasons why I did not choose to give another attempt. When you see my preferences, you will understand. So I got selected in my second attempt. I have 4 attempts left. I'm 27 years old. Even age is on my side. I can give 4 more attempts even today. After my result, I am the only child of my parents. After my results, my father had a small attack of BPPV. That is benign paroxysmal vertigo, positional vertigo. It is just a place where you aapko chakkar aate hain and you fall down. But it is thankfully benign. So it's a very treatable condition. You just have to do one Epley's maneuver and you get treated. It happened in front of me and he was sitting at the dinner table, right? And we then took him to the hospital. That day I thought that if at this time I was in Paris, all the effort is worthless. So that is my personal reason why I would not want to fill this service at the top. Let's talk of now the general patterns of advance. This is again personal reason, right? You might not be the single child of your parents, right? Now let's talk of the general patterns of this service. The good thing is, of course, the highest positions possible in the diplomacy of India. You get to go to the best organizations of the world. The rule here is 67% career abroad, 33% career in India. Now what is this? This most people don't know about. Abroad mostly people know about. This 33% in India generally entails either positioning in the Ministry of External Affairs or the regional passport offices. So you can be an IFS and be posted in Patna, right? Because there is a regional passport office there. Although this is very minimal, most of it is spent in the MEA. And here, now let's talk of this. We will talk firstly of postings. So in any service, be it IAS, IFS, IPS, and we are told this in the academy, the general rule is 33% bad posting, 33% good posting, 33% average posting. In any service, wherever you go, this is the general rule. Of course, you are an outperformer or an underperformer, then you will get your postings accordingly. But this is the general rule as to what is talked about in the academy. Okay. Now, if I talk of the foreign service, good postings, how do you define good posting now comes to your preferences. You can define good posting as Germany, or you can define good posting as Nepal. If it were up to me, I would say Nepal is a much better posting, because the Indian ambassador in Nepal has a lot of things to do, lot of weightage, his opinion is asked, his opinion is valued. If I were to compare this, let's say, to the Netherlands, I am not saying there the Indian ambassador is not valued, but Netherlands does not consider India a factor in their policy making as much as Nepal would. So best postings here are generally neighborhood postings, things that you get in the neighborhood, and they are the most difficult to get. The second best postings are postings in good countries, which we perceive as good countries, right? The countries of the developed world, the OECD countries of Europe and North America, maybe Australia, Japan, New Zealand, South Korea also. And then there are some third level postings, which will be in average places. For example, I would say Egypt, right? Or Saudi Arabia, for example, countries of the Middle East, some European countries also, like Latvia, for example. And then there are tough postings. Tough postings will be, let's say, if you were posted in Syria today, that would be a very tough posting. Now, again, there is an equal division. You will have to go everywhere and go equally. What happens once you get selected here is, on the basis of your rank, whatever rank you get, you have to choose a CFL. CFL stands for compulsory foreign language. You will have to pass and study this foreign language. Whichever foreign language you choose, let's say you choose German, your first 6 years generally, again these are all general, there will be exceptions to everything, first 6 years generally go in that country where this language is taught. So if you choose German, your first 6 years will generally go to Germany, generally, right? Similarly, if you were to choose, let's say, French, you will go to your posting to either Paris, Brussels or Belgium, but your first posting, this is training period, right? Your first posting can be in any French speaking countries, and there are a lot of African countries that are francophone, right? So you can go to an African country also. If you choose Japanese, for example, there is only one country in the world that speaks Japanese, so you go to Japan for 6 years. But let's say you choose Spanish, then there are a lot of countries, since Spain was a colonizing power, there are a lot of countries that speak Spanish, so you might go to any Spanish country. And after these 6 years, you are made to specialize in that division. Let's say you choose Mandarin. You are much more likely to be in a Mandarin division in the Ministry of External Affairs also. When you are working here, our MEA has desks. So we have an East Asia desk, a Europe desk, an Africa desk. In the Africa desk, there are many officers. In the Europe desk, there are many officers. If you are in a Japanese CFL IFS, right, you are much more likely to be in the East Asia desk. So you get specialized in that area of the world. Does not mean that you will not get postings elsewhere. Of course you will. But it's a general trend, again, that we're just speaking of, right? Now let's speak of emoluments. You get paid the most here because you get paid in dollars. There is a index that the Ministry of External Affairs has made, and that index is on the basis of quality of life in that country, cost of that country, etc., etc. For example, as far as I recall, I'm not sure of this, but I think in Beijing you get paid $5,000 a month, something to that tune, and again it will be to that tune only, right? When you are given postings here, you generally stay for 3 years. There is not a lot of transfers that happen below 3 years, so tenure is established here. And if you want to stay in Delhi, right, if you, let's say you are asked after 3 years about your preferences, you might not be given a preference. You might not be given a preference. But if you ask for Delhi as a preference, you are generally given a preference, generally. But if you are spending your career in Delhi, then why do you want to be in the service, right? Now, if you, let's say, give preferences like USA, UK, Germany, you are less likely to get your preferences. If you give Mali, Niger, Chad, you are very likely to get your preferences. So that matters on vacancies and what is available and what is not. Any other questions on this service? Okay, one question I think will come, which is with regards to dependents. You are allowed to take your dependents abroad, but they must fall into the definition of the word dependent. Now, this research I expect that all of you can do yourself, that what is the meaning of the word dependent as per the government of India, right? If your parents, let's say, are not making an income by themselves, this is a broad categorization, there is a definition that you will have to follow, and they don't have another child who is making an income, then they fall into dependent, then you can take them abroad. And not to C-star cities. C-star cities is, let's say you are posted in Kabul, you cannot take your parents to Kabul, and of course you will not want to, right? So there is a classification, like I said, there are 4 levels of posting. There are 4 levels of classification: A cities, B cities, C cities, and C-star cities. C-star is the worst, or I think it's the other way around, something like that is there. So in the worst classification, you can't take your parents, otherwise you can, if they fall into dependent. When you go to a country abroad, you will stay most likely in the capital, in the diplomatic enclave, the way foreign diplomats are staying in Chanakyapuri today, right? Now, what are the key criteria for looking at any service? सबसे पहले we will go in the order in which we go into the service. जिस order में जाते हैं उसी order में देखते हैं. पहले eligibility. So the problem here is there is a very strict medical criteria. If you have any doubts with regarding this, you can ask after the session and I'll tell you. Right? I know what the medical criteria is, and this should not be a problem. After this, training happens in NPA. Training is very tough. Right? Again, it's not mostly log kar lete hain, sab kar lete hain, but it's a tough training, and it is equivalently a tough life in terms of the work you have to do, because it is obviously you are dealing with the most important function of any government is law and order, and you are directly responsible for that. So now, if I am a citizen, same logic, I am a citizen, if I put the list of my needs as to what I require from my government, I will put law and order fairly high. If I will put law and order fairly high, the people who are representing the citizens of India will talk to me very frequently. When they will talk to me very frequently, I will have certain political involvement, because they are the bosses and they are the ones who are representing the people. But then I will get a lot of recognition. But then my job will also be hectic. Right? So that's again tied up into a simple knot. Right? You start your postings as DSP. Generally, if there's no commissionerate system, if there is a commissioner system, assistant commissioner, okay, and you will get to SP level in 8 to 9 years, depending on the state and depending on commissionerate system. If there is a commissioner system, proportionate level commissionerate post, right? So JCP or high level DCP, that is apparently same as SP level you'll get in 8 to 9 years. The job is hectic, gives a lot of recognition. And of course, if you ask me, there are advantages to this and there are disadvantages to this. So one very clear factor here is that your job will constantly be to eradicate crime from your city. That will be your first responsibility. So now how you feel about that, that is up to you. The good thing about this service now is there is fairly a lot of diversity. How? Postings in the IB, in the RAW, postings in the ED are fairly common. The new domain that is emerging is cyber policing, which you can specialize in. Your field involvement is not that much after 12 to 15 years if you don't want. If you want, you can stay in the field. But after a certain point, it gets to be an administrative job. Okay. because obviously someone, let's say someone is commissioner of police, okay, or commissioner is very high post. Let's say someone is additional commissioner of police, right? They will not themselves be in the field most of the time. Their job will be to have an overall look, right? But if you are SP, you will obviously be in the field. If you are assistant commissioner, ACP, you will be in the field very, very frequently. So after your promotion, after a certain time, your field involvement gets lowered. Beyond lowered, it will get, if you want. If you want to be actively involved, that's obviously great, right? Again, there is hectic work life, because let's say something happens in your district at 2 a.m, you will have to go. There is no other option, right? Especially at the junior levels. Another good thing here is that there is a lot of workforce under you, more workforce than any other service, right? Because there is a huge hierarchy of first havaldars, then chief constables, then sub inspectors and inspectors, then DSPs, who will all be working under you, right? So you have a huge workforce that is available for you to, get your work done or get your administrative functions discharged. अब यहाँ तक तो ऑर्डर सबको क्लियर होता है. अब डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस पे आते हैं कि आगे क्या करना है. So I will now put the second group. इसमें I am sure a lot of people have questions. ये किसी ने फाइनल कर लिया अभी तक? कर लिया है. ओके, ग्रेट. मोस्ट लोगों ने नहीं किया. तो लेट्स टॉक ऑफ दीज सर्विसेज नाउ. लेट्स गो वन बाय वन. सबसे पहले मेरी सर्विस, और मे बी पीपल विल have a lot of negative misconceptions about the IRS. अभी एक न्यूज आई थी कि 850 people have taken VRS. So I don't want to use a bad word for the people who are giving this information on YouTube कि क्योंकि फेसलेस सिस्टम आ गया इसलिए देखो रिटायर होते हैं. I mean, I have not heard a more idiotic analysis of a news story, and one level worse than this was telling कि देखो शिवन ने भी resign किया. Let's talk of that news first. Just give you a small idea about that. VRS is taken after 20 years. VRS means voluntary retirement scheme after 20 years in the service. This data of 850 was from last 10 years. So from 2014 to 2024. Faceless came in 2019. So if it was purely faceless inspired, this thing would have spiked after 2019. That is not the case. It's an average figure. Somebody who is taking voluntary retirement will do what in their lives? They have spent 20-25 years in their service. They are close to 50-55 years old, right? 50, somewhere around that. If at this time you are given a very high position in a private industry, you will take it, right? If you spent your time in the service. People who are expert in taxation laws will be offered this service or these positions mostly. Reliance, for example, does not hire from colleges. Have you ever heard Reliance coming for placements? Reliance has a huge workforce. Where are they getting their workforce then? They always hire people who have proven track records. And this 850 number is combined from IRS Customs and IRS IT. There is no faceless in IRS Customs, right? Now, from this, I wanted to explain to you about the service. I wanted to also explain to you something different. How to analyze a news story, right? ऐसी न्यूज अभी आप बहुत पढ़ने वाले हो. Don't directly go off on कि यार ये कोई बोल रहा है तो मैं मान लेता हूं. Verify the data behind it. ठीक है. IRS IT की बात करते हैं. So functions mainly on two laws: the Income Tax Act and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. These are the two laws that you have to read and master. Income Tax Act is this big. ठीक है. Just telling you. So it's not कि दो ही law हैं बात खत्म हो गई, ऐसा नहीं है. Now in the IRS IT there are about 6 places where you can get posted broadly. I know more about this service obviously because of personal experience. One is assessment. Assessment is you have filled your income tax return. I will check whether your income tax return is as per the law or not. Assessment for IRS IT officers, you will start as Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax. You will do assessment of personal income more than 35 lakhs only. Lesser than that goes to the inspectors, etc. This might change. This is a general pattern. Then there is a thing called international taxation and transfer pricing. This is where you get international postings, and you all know about what transfer pricing is, right? Then there is jurisdiction and central circle. That is basically things like the ITAT, the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Once you have passed an assessment order here, person can, you let's say you say that your tax liability was 12 lakh, you have only paid 7 lakh, please pay 5 lakh more. Person can say, okay, I will pay. Or person can say, no, I want to appeal this. So then there is second level. At central circle jurisdiction level, there is no faceless system. ठीक है? So I'm just telling you how बाहर न्यूज आती है और लोग उसको इंटरप्रेट करते हैं. You don't want to do that. Now that I'm telling you, I'm sure you can feel this is a more informed information. This is how you have to appear in the interview. कि मुझे पता है चीजों के बारे में. I am just not giving top level basal opinions. ठीक है? Then there are two other postings which are considered the best postings here. One is the investigation wing, which is where you are actually going for raids, etc. And the second, which is even better, is the enforcement directorate, right? Almost right now, almost 95% officers in the ED currently are IRS income tax right now. Okay? This keeps changing depending on who is heading the ED, how the government is looking at the ED, etc. etc. But lot of deputations to the ED. ये तो powers हो गए. Now let's talk of postings. Postings में you can choose a zone first. In this zone, you generally stay for 8 years. Let's say you choose Delhi. Delhi is one zone, so 8 years in Delhi. If you, let's say, choose North Zone. North Zone includes, for example, Gurgaon, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, right? All of these major cities. Of course, you will not go to a very small city ever. Why? Because your assessment has to be above 35 lakhs. If there are not people in the city who have this income, what will you do there? Nothing. So your postings are generally in major cities. This is also clear. Now 8 years in one zone, then you are generally asked to switch zones. But if you want, I mean, of course, nothing is set in the government. Obviously, there are personal factors and human factors involved. If you want, you can stay in Delhi or a big city like this for a very long time. Firstly, before I ask about any other questions, is this format okay? Do you want me to go into detail of services? I can just tell you the order also in case you are like, ठीक है. वैसे भी तुम्हारे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है नो बोलने का, but ठीक है. All right. So actually I didn't know any of this when I was giving my interview, and I thought that if I knew, मैं बहुत better preferences धर पाता. That is why I'm going into detail. ठीक है. So 8 years here, and then you can switch. Generally, I know people who have spent their entire life in Delhi, because यहाँ से finance ministry की deputation, then वापस etc. The highest post here is the CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. Of course, very few chances of us getting to the board level, but the younger you enter, the more your chances. So now let's come to IRS Customs. Similar posting level. Here you start as Assistant Commissioner Income Tax. Here you will start as Assistant Commissioner GST. Similar posting, similar promotion levels. Postings will be more in port cities, because you have to handle here three things. Indirect taxes, this is the first vertical. Then there is customs, which will be mainly international airports, etc. and ports, mainly on ports. And then the third thing is drugs control, narcotics. So these are the people who are manning the Narcotics Control Bureau. Okay. The indirect tax function, GST is being deposited everywhere, right? Even when people don't have very high incomes, they are depositing GST. So of course, here also there is a limit. You are not going to, process GST of a very low level. So you will go to a relatively big city when you are in this vertical. In the customs vertical, you will go to big ports, and in the drugs vertical, then Narcotics Control Bureau is almost like a policing function. What most people don't know about the services, this is also a uniformed service, similar uniform to the police, at least in the initial years. After that, you will get to again administrative positions, then your uniform will go away. But for example, even when you are Chief Commissioner, one of the highest posts, the person who is driving your car will be a uniformed officer, because there will be an inspector in the customs and they will have a uniform. So if you have that uniform charm, this matters. इसके बाद जो services हैं, I will not go into this depth, and I think you understand why, right? Preference में we will consider the factor of EOL. तो पहले EOL वाला factor consider कर लेते हैं कि EOL का मतलब क्या होता है, ठीक है? You will get your result, let's say in April 2025. You will fill the form in Feb 2025 of next year. है ना, अभी आपने फॉर्म भरा हुआ है, आप सिलेक्ट हो गए. Now you will get one mail from Labasna, and this Labasna mail will give you 3 options: attending foundation course, not attending foundation course because of CSE, not attending foundation course due to medical reasons. By the time you get this mail, this mail generally comes in the month of July. So the prelims of 2025 happens here in May. So you have given the prelims, you are selected और आप prelims दे चुके हो, right? You can choose this option, not attending foundation course due to CSE and not go to the foundation course in Labasna. This is 3 months. This happens from August to November. अभी खत्म हुआ है, थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होता है, इस बार September to December हुआ, somewhere around this. You don't go here, then you go to your respective training academy. तो 2 का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. IRS IT will go to National Academy of Direct Taxes NADT and IAAS will go to Yarrows in Shimla. ठीक है. अब you can choose this option. If you choose this option कि यार I am not attending मेरा prelims clear हो गया, I am not attending foundation course, तो आप 2025 का मेंस दे सकते हो. तो आपको एक अटेम्प्ट तो मिल गया और मेंस देने के लिए. अब once you go to this training, on the first day of this training you are asked, do you want to avail extraordinary leave? Extraordinary leave is leave for 1 year. This is exactly what I did. I took this extraordinary leave. Extraordinary leave is also granted for whatever reason you want, mainly granted for giving the exam again. What will happen here is, you are now in 2025 November. You will be asked to report back to NADT in 2026 in November, exactly after 1 year. There will be no loss of seniority because of extraordinary leave. You will stay in the same batch as senior as you were. What is lost? 1 year salary. Government will not pay you to study at home. An increment in your salary happens based on your years in service. So some increment in the salary will be lost. But you will continue to be as senior as you were. Your seniority and postings will not be lost, only salary is lost for 1 year. This is extraordinary leave. Now you get the exam and you can give mains again this year if you want. Then you will start your training. During training, it is not allowed in any service to give, during training it is not allowed to give the exam in any service. Like you cannot be in the academy and giving the exam. After training, you can give the exam because you are just working. आप देखना चाहो देख सकते हो. That let's say you are working as Assistant Commissioner Income Tax in Delhi. आपकी जॉब कर रहे हो और आपने एग्जाम दे दिया. You can't be stopped, right? Simple fundamental rights. This is the idea. Now let's talk of this. अभी आपने ये फाउंडेशन कोर्स मिस किया, इसका क्या होगा? It is the government's responsibility to give you a different foundation course at some time, but it will not happen in Labasna. This is not a rule. This is an unsaid rule. It will not happen in Labasna. It might, let's say, happen in NPA, but Labasna में नहीं होगा. And Labasna foundation course is fun, right? It is probably the most fun thing you will get to do in your life, or at least the most fun thing I have got to do in my life till date. ये आप नहीं करोगे if you miss this. The only way now for you to attend this is to get selected into a better service, because then you are in a different batch, then same process applies again. Clear? अब what is the difference with IAAS? यहां पर ये फैसिलिटी नहीं है. ये जो ब्लू एरो से EOL मार्क्ड है, this is not available in IAAS. It is available in IRS, it is available in IPS, it is not available in IAAS. So अगर आप IAAS select हो गए, you still have one more attempt left, right? आपने यहाँ 2025 में prelims दिया, फॉर्म भर रखा है फेब में, अप्रैल में आपका रिजल्ट आया, you become IAAS. You can still give 2025 attempt by skipping your foundation course. समझ आई बात? But you will not be able to get EOL. और आप ट्रेनिंग के बाद दे सकते हो. I have a friend from the foundation course. His name is Shivam Ashutosh. He was in training. He completed his training in IAAS, came out, gave the exam, now became IPS. तो ट्रेनिंग के बाद दे सकते हो. ठीक है? This is now UL doubts are clear. 1 year, generally 1 year, 1 year 2 months, 1 year 4 months. IRS training is 16 months. IAS training is 9 months plus 6 months on the job, something like that. 1.5 year मान लो आप average. अब हमने top 6 decide कर लिया. These are the top 6. Now let's see what service order or preference to fill. This is top 3. ठीक है. Then there is next 3. अब इसमें there are various combinations that I would possibly want. वो combinations देख लेते हैं. बाकी तो आप अपने हिसाब से fill करो. I will show you what I filled also. ये यही है top 3. So these are top 6 now. अब एक है that you are okay with all of them. Case 1, you are okay with all of them. You don't want to exclude any service. ठीक है. Just fill in this order. Top 3 ये, top 3 ये, in whichever order you want. अगर आप सबसे okay हो तो. Now that case कि मुझे foreign service में नहीं जाना. In that case, let's say IS, IPS. Now here I should not fill foreign service because my rank is let's say 110 general category. IS मिलेगा नहीं. IPS में I am medically unfit. And medically unfit होते ही I will go to next service. ये IFS है और मुझे IFS मिल जाएगा even though I didn't want it. तो अगर IFS exclude करना है, fill IFS below IRS. So in this case it should look like IRS customs, let's say IRS income tax, whichever way you want to fill. अब IRS IT में medical criteria नहीं है, तो even with not having medical qualifications you will at least get IRS IT. Then you can fill foreign service. This is I want to exclude IFS 100%, मुझे नहीं चाहिए. Then there can be a case कि मुझे IFS ही चाहिए. Obviously fill IFS first, right? If you fill IFS first, I will not say directly that you will get more marks in the interview, but look at what it is indicating to the board. Most common order in this is, सबसे common order जो board पूरे दिन देख रहा है वो क्या है? This is the order. Almost सबका order ऐसा दिखता है. What is this leading to? Lot of people are becoming diplomats who actually did not want to become diplomats. It was not their first preference. If your order looks like this, then you want to become a diplomat. And then the board will assess and see whether you are capable of being a diplomat. You are capable and your first choice is now matching your personality. Then you will get marks because of intellectual integrity, not because you have put IFS first. समझ आ रही है बात? So just doing this will not increase your marks. Doing this and justifying your choice will increase your marks. अब बताओ, अब कोई और क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन योर डैफ. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ये है, इससे इंपॉर्टेंट कुछ नहीं है. अब वन इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन हैज टू बी टेकन हियर. आफ्टर 6, my recommendation is number 7 should be IRMS, but there are some qualifying things here. Then my recommendation is we have to take an important decision, and that decision is based on DANIX. This decision has to be now taken. ठीक है. IRMS के बारे में थोड़ी बात कर लेते हैं. IRMS is going to be dissolved again, so it is going to go back to technical again, is what I have heard, read. I am not sure. There is news like this, right? कि दोबारा से it is going back to its original structure. IRMS combined technical and non-technical services together. So even engineering things that were originally engineering services were combined and put into IRMS. So it is now the single service that controls the railway, but the divisions in railway have not changed. There are people who are in traffic, there are people who are in personnel, there are people who are in accounts, there are people who are in engineering. आपने एक नाम दे दिया doesn't mean the divisions inside have changed. IRTS was very powerful. IR personnel service was not that powerful because it is like human resources work. IRTS was actually administrative work, IAS of the railways. Okay. So now this division, it now depends on your choice. If you are okay with certain engineering learning, and I don't know what will happen when it gets declassified again into various other railway posts. Like let's say, just a second. Once it gets declassified again, then what happens, I don't know. Whether you will be put into traffic, etc. That is then that depends on what happens then. So that is a slight risk, but it is better than any other services that are mentioned in my opinion after this. Now let's talk of this decision to make, whether you want to put this or not. ठीक है, देखो, this is a group B service. Group B service means you will not go to Lavasna. It also means that you are about 15 years junior in the like pecking order. You are 15 years junior to almost everyone else who is part of the group A services. Okay, but the good thing here is it is a field posting, and it is a field posting in Delhi for most of your career, not all of it. The general rule here is if 30 years in the service, 3 years bad posting in the sense of considered bad posting, or let's say Andaman, Arunachal, whatever, this is the general accepted rule. 2 years posting in slightly other places than Delhi but not as remote, so let's say Chandigarh, Dadar Nagar Haveli, etc. 25 years in Delhi, but this dynamic has changed after Kashmir has been removed as a state. So now even Jammu and Kashmir is a part of this cadre, Agmut cadre, similar logic. So now what the dynamic is doesn't matter, but still you get to spend a lot of years in Delhi. If not all of your years, a lot of years in Delhi. But you are 15 years junior to your other batchmates. So it will take you 15 years to get to that post, which an IAS will get to in 3 years or 4 years. That is the logic. Then you get the equivalence. Exactly, I think there's a 1/5th or 1/4th division, एक formula है government का. You get promoted as IAS or IPS. You will get promoted, same that happens in the state service. आप SDM बनते हो, same logic है. आप दिल्ली के या यूनियन टेरिटरीज में आप SDM या DSP बन रहे हो, same logic. Now if you want a field posting, this is a good decision, right? So when you are making this decision, just ask yourself, would you have preferred to, if you couldn't clear, or let's say you were getting a other service, would you have preferred an SDM position in your home state? If the answer is yes, then you should take this decision. If the answer is no, you should not take this decision. ठीक है? I would not recommend putting this above any of the top 7, right? But people do that who are very inclined to work as IAS, IPS because the job is the same. One of a very close friend who was in the Danix and then got selected later as IAS, his first posting was SDM of Saket. Okay, his name is Abhinav Sebach, now he is in IAS. So this is very close to field posting. Okay, so this you can decide as per your intuition. Now let's come to group number 3 and 4. इनमें से कौन सी सर्विस है जो अब ऐड हुई है? दिस इज 20 पॉन्डिप्स एंड पॉन्डिक्स. अच्छा, मेरे में शायद पॉन्डिप्स नहीं था, है ना? हाँ, नहीं है, ठीक है. तो अभी हमें क्या डिसाइड हुआ? हमने 7 डिसाइड करी है, हमें 21 डिसाइड करनी है. अब नीचे से डिसाइड करते हैं. 21 पे AFHQ. This is again what I would have filled. You are free to fill differently. This is what I would have filled. Again, group B services, and since I am not from South India, I would not want to go to Pondicherry. But even it is a similar job to Danix. I have a friend who was in Pondix first, then became IAS after giving the attempt again. So job was similar. He was working as deputy municipal commissioner or something. So job is pretty similar, but it is in Pondicherry, and Pondicherry is in 4 states, or it has 4 territories in 3 states. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's not one state. Now 19, 20, 21 हो गया. अब आते हैं the most difficult decisions that we have to take. This is now, in my opinion, group 3. We have group 1, group 2, then Danix, Danips as per your choice. This is now group 3. अब इसमें मैं बताता हूं क्या इशू है. This service future is slightly uncertain. This is a very good service. I would have asked you to put this at 7 if there was no uncertainty regarding its future. The future uncertainty here is the government might choose to abolish cantonment boards. Now this service has 2 functions. One is administration of cantonment boards, and the other is looking at the estates of the defense ministry. That is the land that the defense ministry controls. Therefore the name Indian Defense Estate Service. The cantonment boards, when you go to a cantonment board, you get posted as executive officer or chief executive officer of that cantonment board, you are technically, for all intents and purposes, the IS of that cantonment board area. One problem there is that there is a slight military civilian, distinction here. So people who are in the military will be the controlling officers, and you are a civilian, so there will be slight issue there, but depends on your who is the top officer. Obviously depends on that. Then let's talk of this job. This is a job in the Ministry of Defense. Simple, you have to control lands in the Ministry of Defense. If the government chooses to establish cantonment boards, this is what the charm of the service is. But the government might choose, and there has been news regarding this. Now this is research that you need to do. It's not been abolished yet, right? Not yet it has been abolished, but we have heard strong news. Even in our academy we heard that this decision might be taken, right? अब कब होता है क्या होता है वो देखने वाली बात है. This is a risk factor that you have to account for. These two services are simple. These are account services. When you prepare the accounts, audit accounts will come and audit them accounts. Defense accounts is specifically limited to Defense Ministry because the Defense Ministry spends more than any other ministry, right? If you have to talk of one ministry that spends the most, it's the Defense Ministry, right? Other ministries, all other accounts are made by civil accounts except for one, which I will tell you, and the Defense Ministry accounts are completely made by Defense Account Service. Again, decent posting, can be in Delhi, can be sometimes in other areas, mostly it's in Delhi. Work-life balance is good, not a lot of public recognition for simple reason because I am not directly involved with the citizen. If I were to fill within these two, I would fill civil accounts higher simply because I will get to work in more ministries. Here I will constantly work in Defense Ministry. And as far as defense estates is concerned, now this is a risk that you have to account for and you account it accordingly as per you. I am very risk averse, contrary to what you might think. So I am very risk averse in life, so I would put IDES later, but it is up to you, whatever you feel. This is group 3, okay? हाँ, एक यहाँ पर from the bottom we were considering, right? तो अब देख लेते हैं क्या क्या बच गया है. This is 4, 5, 6 is left. Corporate law is left. Information is left. Postal is left. IP tax is left. Railway protection force is left. Trade service is left. ठीक है, यही बची है, बाकी तो हम डिसाइड कर चुके हैं. ठीक है. Now again let's go from the bottom. From here I would put at 18, again this is personal preference. Here I would put Indian Railway Protection Force Service, and here I would put IP TAF, because this is IP TAF is, as you can see here, postal and telecom accounts and finance. So again finance for one ministry only, and that is this ministry that deals with post and telecommunications. Earlier this ministry had a lot of significance because post was very dominant. That is why it's a separate service. But now that significance is not there, that nobody is sending letters and telegrams anymore, right? Telegram is being used for very different purposes now. And so this is also done and this is also done. Now we are left with corporate law, trade, information and postal, right? These 4 only, और तो कुछ नहीं रहेगा ना? Information, corporate law, postal, trade, these 4, right? Now this comes down to personal choice. I will tell you what the work is broadly. Information service is publications of the government of India. You are information service officer is government's PR officer, right? So things like PIB, Doordarshan, All India Radio, things where the government is doing publishing, that is basically information service. Postal service is looking at that network of posts. Earlier it was very significant, then the significance dropped significantly. Now the significance is rising significantly. Why is it rising? ये अब आप बताओ. This might be asked to you. Okay, what else? Something to do with passports. पढ़ लेना, ठीक है? Passport delivery is now also done through them. So that is giving a lot of significance. The government has decided, very good initiative. We have a huge network of posts. Nobody is using it, but distribution is very strong. So they are using now for different purposes. So there might be a future jump in the relevance of this service. Okay. Now we are left with two, corporate law and trade. So now these services, they have a future significance. That again is uncertain. There has been a long standing proposal to put trade service people into the consulates abroad. If that is implemented, great. If it's not, then it's not, right? Similar for corporate law. Corporate law is very upcoming field because a lot of people are now having a startup based setup like this one. So because of that, corporate law becomes significant. How much relevance is attached to them becomes a difficult thing which we can't possibly estimate now. So these four, Indian Information Service, Indian Postal Service, Corporate Law Service and Trade Service. In my opinion, these form one group. Now you can put them up or down depending on your group. I'll tell you what I was thinking. I had thought, this might sound very harsh, but this is actually true. I had thought that if I get anything lower than IRMS, I will not accept it. Not accepted means I will give the exam again. And if I ultimately don't get anything else, I will come and teach. But as life would have it, even after getting other service, this is what I'm doing. But this is what I had thought, that after top 7, I will not accept. This is what like my personal mental calculation was. Okay. ये clear हो गया? What is the purpose of filling section 7? बताओ, मैं बोल के थक गया हूं, अब तुम बोलो, बताओ. The purpose here is just to make the board have a conversation with you on the topic that you fill. Even if you are D. Gukesh yourself, okay, and youngest world chess champion in the history of the world, you will not get 200 plus in the interview. This is not a guarantee. You might. What are they there for? The board is there to see whether you will be a good civil servant. Is there any hobby that will make you a good civil servant? Any extracurricular thing that will make you a good civil servant? No. Life में एक चीज याद रखना, correlation is not causation. Is there anything that is causative that you can write in that section that will mean that you will become a good civil servant? What is the job of a civil servant? The answer is to dispense administrative justice. Now this can only be applied to civil servants. Every civil servant is dispensing administrative justice in whatever way possible. If I just say to dispense justice, judges get included. But civil servants in one way or the other are dispensing administrative justice. That is your core job. So purpose is here, is there any hobby that you can show that you will say has helped me dispense administrative justice so far? No. हमने तो लाइफ में कोई administrative justice dispense ही नहीं करी अभी तक. So no hobby that you write here can directly impress the board. है ना? I don't know. I've never been in the UPSC board. I will never be in the UPSC board. But I am estimating from a logical standpoint कि मैं ऐसा कुछ भी लिख दूं यहाँ पे that will directly tell the board कि यार ये बहुत बढ़िया बंदा है. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. So the purpose of this is to merely have a conversation. From this conversation, I will show them that I have certain attributes. These attributes will point towards my ability to dispense administrative justice. समझ आई बात? So now the purpose of filling section 7, the purpose of filling this is to have a conversation that will show attributes that will lead to this. What are the attributes here? Nolan committee, whatever you have read in ethics, है ना, पढ़ चुके हैं, सब तुम्हें आता है. ये attributes मुझे show करने. So now let us differentiate a private sector and public sector interview. Private sector interview is done to impress the person who is sitting across from you on the sheet. मेरी qualifications देखो, मेरे achievements देखो, awards देखो, मुझे best employee award मिला वगैरह वगैरह. Does the UPSC board care about this? नहीं, नहीं तो फिर किसी एक पर्टिकुलर ग्रेजुएशन के ज्यादा नंबर होते, ऐसा तो होता नहीं, सब इक्वली सिलेक्ट होने के चांसेस सबके है भी तो थोड़ा बहुत है, एंड दैट कैन बी एट्रीब्यूटेड टू अदर फैक्टर्स. सो दे डोंट केयर अबाउट हाउ बोस्टफुल or how great your DAF is. I have met someone who he was in my medical interview जो group होता है, interview होता है अगले दिन medical होता है, he was in that group. He was gold medalist at the NSG Academy. ठीक है, I doubt any one of you can have an achievement like that. Gold medalist, best cadet at the National Security Guard Academy. He gave interview to the same board I gave the interview to. अभी मैं आपको अपनी डाफ दिखाऊंगा, कुछ ऐसे अचीवमेंट्स नहीं है, नॉर्मल सी है. माई स्कोर इज 195, हिज स्कोर वाज 162. ठीक है, एंड ही डिड नॉट गेट सिलेक्टेड दैट ईयर. देयर इज अ पर्सन इन माई बैच हु वाज एसडीएम इन यूपी, वेरी फेमस. ही वाज शॉट 7 times in his face because he was fighting a case against corruption. He decided not to cow down to corrupt people and he was shot 7 times. He is now in the IS. Now, in his first interview, he got 142. So there is no direct correlation between your history. His name is Rinku Rahi. Please read up about him. One of the most inspiring people I have ever met. So this person had no doubt on his integrity, right? I don't think any one of us will be able to take this. हम कर लेंगे करप्शन या चुप हो जाएंगे, मुझे लगता है. उनके जितनी तो इंटेग्रिटी नहीं है हम में, या मेरे में तो नहीं है. But still he got 142 in his first interview. At least that's what I know. I'm not sure, but that's what I know. So no attribute that you can write here will directly inflate your marks. Only this can inflate your marks. So the purpose here is to have conversation on topics that will then show your integrity or various other qualities that you have. Right? Now, तो इसमें आपकी achievements don't matter. आप कुछ भी हो, मैटर नहीं करता, राइट? वॉट मैटर्स हियर इज हाउ मेनी ऑफ दीज वर्ड्स वी कैन गाइड द कॉन्वर्सेशन टुवर्ड्स. कॉन्वर्सेशन दो ही चीजों के बारे में होनी है, या तो कॉन्वर्सेशन करंट अफेयर्स के बारे में होगी, या कॉन्वर्सेशन इन चीजों के बारे में होगी. यहां मैं एक्सपर्ट हूं, मैंने इंटरव्यू बोर्ड को बोला है मुझे इससे क्वेश्चन पूछो, मैं एक्सपर्ट हूं. करंट अफेयर्स में कुछ भी हो सकता है, वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस बिफोर. नाउ आई वांट हियर to have as many keywords as possible which the board will want me to talk about. When we talk about this, when the board wants to talk about this, I am now in my zone of comfort and it is likely that I will display better skills of intellect and integrity now. I will be able to give better answers now because I am in my zone of comfort. समझ आई बात? This is the reason for filling section 7. No other reason. और कोई भी reason नहीं है. So your achievements, high achievements do not count. आपको इस काम से लोगों को गाइड करना है towards the keywords that you want the board to talk about. समझ आया? अब मेरा डाफ देखते हैं. This I knew. ये चीज मुझे पता थी कि ये यहां पे ये काम करना होता है. This is the only thing that I knew. That is why I think I filled a brilliant section 7. अब मैं आपको अपने इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस भी बताऊंगा सेक्शन 7 के बाद. द एंटायर इंटरव्यू वाज ऑन सेक्शन 7. और एक बात फिर मैं आपको बाद में बताऊंगा जो मैं यूट्यूब पे नहीं बोलूंगा, ठीक है, विच आई कैन नॉट से ऑन यूट्यूब. कुछ ऐसा कुछ खराब नहीं है, इट इज जस्ट हाउ यू कैन ऑल्सो प्ले द बोर्ड दैट इज सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. बताऊंगा बाद में, नॉट आई कांट से दैट पब्लिकली, ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट दिस डैफ. दिस इज माई डैफ. बेस्ट स्पीकर एट सिम्बायोसिस मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस on South China Sea issue. I had spoken to N.R. Vasan sir and a couple of other people and even Varun sir when I was filing the DAF. This entry originally said, when I had filled it myself, this entry originally said only this much: best speaker at Symbiosis Model United Nations. When I read this, best speaker at Symbiosis Model United Nations, what is the keyword that comes here? Model United Nations. Any other keyword? नहीं, यहीं तक ही है अभी, आगे वो तो मैंने डाला ना, घुसाया है. Speaker 1, good 2, 3. Any one of these that the board would like to talk about? Maybe UN, मे बी यूएन, बट यूएन इज अ वेरी कॉमन एंट्री. बहुत लोग करते हैं एमयूएन. दिल्ली का आधा डीयू पूरा यही कर रहा है, टाइम बर्बाद कर रहा है अपना, है ना. तो दिस एंट्री देन बिकेम आफ्टर गाइडेंस बेस्ट स्पीकर एट सिम्बायोसिस मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस ऑन साउथ चाइना सी इशू. नाउ देर आर two more keywords. One is South China Sea and one is China. My entire interview, at least what the chairperson asked me, was on China. Complete interview was on China. What Vasan sir has told me, after they look at your DAF, they set a basic score for you. Basic score, this is what Vasan sir has said. Might be true, might not be. They set a basic score. Basic score is, let's say, when he looked at my DAF, he said you will get somewhere between 185 and 200. Your first question will be for 190. And that is how they classify. कि आपका एक base set कर दिया. High तो कोई limit नहीं है. 200, he was saying 200 because 200 is the highest. According to him. Obviously 200 से ज़्यादा मिलते हैं लोगों को. Base score set कर दिया कि इस बंदे का base level is 185. First question is now for 187. Second is for 189. आप जवाब जितने देते जाओगे उतना ऊपर, नहीं देते जाओगे तो नीचे. That DAF only sets आपका पहला क्वेश्चन क्या होगा. Now why is this assessment right in my case? My DAF is fairly impressive from Maulana Azad whatever. वही देखते हैं वो, ये impressive नहीं है. The fact that I am from Maulana Azad is impressive. My rank was 70 all India, so they know Maulana Azad is a good college. उनको पता है, बात खत्म. पहला क्वेश्चन ये DAF देखा, ये देखा. पहला क्वेश्चन क्या आया? What is left right in Chinese politics? No clue, but it's not a problem. Left right in Chinese politics is a question for 190 marks, is not a question for 150 marks. So even though I did not know, I was confident कि कोई नहीं देख लेंगे. He asked, Raj Shukla sir asked, I did not know. He himself told me then. कहते हैं हाँ, it's a very obscure term, you might not have heard. He himself told me. Then the discussion went on Chinese defense budget, our disengagement at the LAC, etc. etc. Second entry देखते हैं. First position at IIT Delhi Youth Parliament. Now I am giving a keyword. IIT is keyword, Delhi is keyword, youth is keyword, parliament is keyword. But वो ऐसा नहीं है कि वो word खंगाल रहे हैं. एक होता है कि उन्होंने चलते चलते कुछ देख लिया तो पूछ लिया. The actual keyword here is youth parliament and parliament. In almost every mock interview I was asked about parliamentary committees. ठीक है. Now this is a bad entry. This is underplaying my achievement. I was in Haryana's team in the National Chess Olympiad for 3 years running. I should have said represented Haryana at national level in chess. Instead, this is what I wrote. बात वही है, keyword वही है, but I don't need to underplay myself. This is a wrong entry in my opinion. Looking back, I should have filled this properly. यहाँ पर एक keyword मिल गया chess. In almost every mock interview, I was asked about chess. Real interview में chess से I don't think there was a question. Because वो China पे discussion होती रही और अभी और दिखाऊंगा आपको क्या actually हुआ. Now look at this. Founder of Turncoat Debating Society in college. इसको पता होगा शायद अगर ये था कॉलेज में जब मैं ये करता था. ठीक है. Now this is, यहां पर क्या है सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग कीवर्ड? This is the most interesting keyword. This is probably a keyword that nobody else has. तो अब क्या हुआ? इंटरव्यू एक्चुअल बता रहा हूं. They said, why did you name your society Turncoat Debating Society? मैंने कहा सर that was not the name of the society. Turncoat debating is a different form of debating where we are given a topic. You have 3 minutes to think. You speak 1 minute for the motion, 1 minute against the motion, and in the last minute you are supposed to sum up. That's not the actual format. थोड़ा different होता है, but ठीक है, that's what I said. कहते okay, oh, that's very interesting. Will you do a turncoat for us here? I was like, sir, sure. उन्होंने मुझे टॉपिक दिया, government that governs the least is the best government. राज शुक्ला सर intervened. He said, वहां इनके पास सोचने का टाइम होता है. You are not giving him time to think and we will not wait for 3 minutes. Now was the critical moment in my interview. I said, no sir, I'll do it. And I actually did it. मैंने वहां पर बैठ के 3 मिनट का टर्नकोट किया है on this topic. It was not 3 minutes, but this is not a difficult topic for us. इसमें क्या है? Government that governs the least is the best government. For the motion, government has no business being in business. Socialism with restricted entry to marketism without exit. Government should only be a regulator. Maximum governance, minimum government. Speaking against the motion, government has some essential responsibilities like healthcare, education. There, it cannot be left to the free market because the free market might fail in delivering the socially optimal outcome because of non-accounting of externalities. In this case, the government must govern and must intervene to account for social optimal outcomes, whatever. To sum up, the government that governs the most in some areas, governs the least in other areas, and has the wisdom to know the difference is the best government. This is my exact turn quote sitting there. At that moment, I knew I was getting 195 at least, or a very high score. Because if this I have delivered in that pressure environment, right? Where did it come from? It came from this keyword and my preparation on this keyword. Now, did they give me 195 because turn quote was written here? Or did they give me turn quote 195 because I was able to show my one integrity, two first preference IFS, where communication is a core skill, which I have also demonstrated. Now, everything in the DAF matches. IFS as first preference, communication skill hai, right? China pe questions aa chuke hain already, which I have answered already. So now everything is summing up properly. Do you understand what I'm saying? आगे देखते हैं. Chief Adjudicator, Model United Nations in Lady Hardinge Medical College. Why is this word repeated? Model United Nations. Model United Nations पूछना होता तो पूछ लेते. Why have I written adjudicator? Dispensing administrative justice. This is close to dispensation of justice, as close as I can be. So I was asked in a mock interview if you are the adjudicator on Russia-Ukraine issue. ठीक है, अब देखो यहां है डिप्लोमा इन इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स. this and speaker, all of it point towards foreign service, and foreign service is my first reference. This is how you show intellectual integrity, and none of this is a lie. I wanted foreign service and all of this is true, but it's not the complete truth. These are not my only achievements. There are many other certificates that I have. I have actively chosen to exclude them and actively chosen to include these so that I am able to get the most relevant questions where I will be most prepared. So this is what you need to do. आगे पढ़ते हैं entries को. This entry is extracurricular activities and interests. You can choose to have an interest in anything. आपका इंटरेस्ट किसी भी चीज में हो सकता है, right? Let's say I write to the board interest in playing chess. Can they make me play chess sit there? Technically they can. You can play blind chess only through notations. But any other sport, let's say I write interest in table tennis. Can they make me play table tennis there? No. Now I have to be prepared on table tennis. What is a long pimple grip versus what is a short pimple grip? What is a tomahawk serve versus a chop serve? What is underspin? What is backspin? What is the side of the table? Etc. etc. Who is the table tennis world champion? Why is China producing so many champions? Why is India unable to produce? Do you think UTT will help? These answers they can ask. They can't say service करके दिखाओ. So interest can be in anything. So देखो, diploma in international affairs, raising mental health awareness through YouTube. इस पे भी क्वेश्चन आया, इस पे पूरी डिस्कशन हुई. They asked about the name of my channel, sitting there कि बताओ. मैंने बताया सर 2 चैनल हैं, एक पे मैं ये करता हूँ, एक पे ये करता हूँ. पूरी बात हुई है इस पे, और इस पे भी बात हुई. अब मैं आपको और सिनर्जी दिखाता हूं, हाउ यू मेक सिनर्जी इन योर डैप. अगेन ऑल ऑफ दिस इज ट्रू, इट्स जस्ट प्रेजेंटेड इन अ मैनर टू लुक सिनर्जिस्टिकली. आई यूज्ड टू वर्क इन द मेडिकल टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री. देयर इज नो डेजिग्नेशन दैट वाज अलॉटेड टू मी. आई वाज जस्ट वर्किंग इन मेडिकल टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ दैट हॉस्पिटल. आई आस्क्ड देम टू गिव मी दिस डेजिग्नेशन ऑन माय कॉल लेटर. नाउ सी, IFS first, Model United Nations, yes. Diploma in IR, yes. Speaking skills, yes. Assistant manager of international business in a hospital. Everything is now pointing towards foreign service. This is showing integrity now. देख रहे हो, मैं बता रहा हूँ, वी डोंट गिव एज मच इंपॉर्टेंस। मुझे कल एक इंटरव्यू गिविंग स्टूडेंट का मैसेज आया कि सर मेरा डैफ फाइनल हो गया है। मैंने कहा अगर कर लिया तो कोई गलती कर ली है मतलब दिस इज हाउ यू प्ले दैट गेम, दिस इज द ग्रेट गेम, यू आर इन द ग्रेट गेम नाउ। इस मूवी के डायरेक्टर, प्रोड्यूसर और हीरो या हीरोइन आप ही हो। जो आप लिखोगे वही पूछा जाएगा। इफ यू आर गोइंग रॉन्ग नाउ, या तो देखो आपको कोई ऐसा बोर्ड मिल जाए जो आपका डैफ पढ़े ही ना, वो हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते। बट अगर बोर्ड ने डैफ पढ़ा, देन द क्वेश्चन शुड बी फ्रॉम डैफ। देयर आर सम बोर्ड्स हु डोंट आस्क अबाउट डैफ जनरली, वो आप कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, बट मोस्ट बोर्ड्स डू, एंड व्हेन दे डू दे शुड सी दीज सिनर्जीज कमिंग आउट, राइट? अब this diploma in international affairs, I only did this so that I could write it on my form, no other reason. कोई जरूरत नहीं थी, कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ, कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट आउटकम उससे मेरी इंप्रूव नहीं होनी एज अ डॉक्टर। I only did this so that I could write it on my form. There is Coursera, there is Udemy, you have lot of options to excel and improve your skills. आगे मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, I'm sure you've understood. Now let's come back to section 7. So the purpose of section 7 is to give the board keywords from where you will be asked things to talk about. I was very skeptical before I wanted to take this session because मुझे बहुत बातें खुल के बोलनी थी. When you resign from the government, what happens is कि government आपका resignation accept करने में time लेती है, right? It's not कि मैंने आज resign किया कल हो गया. But on October 15th, the government accepted my resignation. Now I can say whatever I want. Before this I couldn't. ठीक है? Best speaker at Symbiosis Model United Nations. अब keywords काउंट करते हैं. एक चलो ये छोड़ देते हैं, मेटा कीवर्ड्स हैं ये. Let's talk of actual keywords from where there can be possible questions. ठीक है? Symbiosis is not a meta keyword. Speaker can be one. Model United Nations can be one. South China Sea can be one. And China itself can be one. Position ये नहीं है, दिल्ली तो ठीक है मेरे उसमें है ही. Youth can be one, Parliament can be one, and Youth Parliament itself can be one. Chess can be one, Turncoat can be one, Debating can be one. Adjudicator is one. Model United Nations I will not count again because it's already there. Lady Hardinge Medical College again not important. International Affairs is one, Mental Health is one, and YouTube is one. अब इज दिस अ वेरी बिग एंट्री? बहुत ज्यादा लिखा हुआ है क्या? नहीं. क्लटर्ड लग रहा है? नहीं. बट कीवर्ड्स कितने हैं? अगर बोर्ड ने ये पढ़ लिया तो एटलीस्ट 50% इंटरव्यू तो यहां होगा. ये पर्पस है. दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू अचीव. कि अगर बोर्ड ने आपका सेक्शन 7 पढ़ा तो एटलीस्ट आपका 50% इंटरव्यू ऐसे हो. दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू अचीव. ये हो गया तो अब आप यू आर इन मोर कंट्रोल. अगेन योर लाइवलीहुड इज मोर ऑफ यू गेटिंग क्वेश्चंस दैट यू वांट टू प्रिपेयर एट.